Alright, what's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? Happy New Year's to everyone. I'm Riding the Phantoms here. Nice to see you guys. It's good to see you. Good to actually hear from you, talk with you. It's good to finally being able to chat on YouTube again over something important. So today, this is definitely something important. Today, we got something special, something big here we're going to show off. So today, I'm going to show you how I'm able to get the Citra / Lime3ds emulator to work with Pretendo. Now, I am going to say this ahead of time because for me, my version is going to be a little different. There will be a YouTube link that shows the legit way, like a person that actually had a Nintendo 3DS emulator and actually do this. They're going to show you the legit way to do this. For me, this is not the legit way. And the reason why is because, for one, I don't have a Nintendo 3DS. The same goes for the CMU emulator. I did the same thing with that because I don't have a Wii U. The only handheld console I have is a Switch. So of course the one I'm going to be showing you is going to be a bit on the illegal side in terms of Pretendo because they're not exactly okay with this person doing what they're doing. Now I will also say that they did allow me to I guess they allowed me to show off their Patreon. So this is their Patreon here. You can see you can get their keys for $10 when it goes to the 3DS. You can do the same thing with their Wii U here. As you can see, I got them both. Now I will say this: if you are able to do this the legit way, if you have a 3DS or if you have a Wii U and you were able to do this with Pretendo, I do know Pretendo has a donation system there or a monthly system there. I will tell you this: please continue to support them. Without Pretendo, you don't get these games to work online anymore because of what Nintendo has done. So as far as I'm concerned, keep doing what they're doing. I mean, keep on supporting them, keep showing them love. I would say this: only do this if you do not have a 3DS and you do not have a Wii U. Other than that, if you do, great, please support them. If you don't, then this is the only other option I could think of. Other than that, there is no other way. So unless you're willing to fork over $200, $300 just to get the emulator and then mod it and then do it. So you know what I mean? This is why this was created. And I hopefully Pretendo understands that, look, not everyone's going to be shelling out the kind of money just so we can play these old games, when not everyone's going to be online every day. With that being said, let me help you with the tutorial here. So I just had to get that part out the way just so that they know, hopefully they come to an understanding for why this was created. Maybe they do understand, maybe they do know. So first things first, I'm going to say this right now. These are the specific files you want to download. If you do not have the system files for the Citra or Lime, download them right here. I will have the links for these in the description just so you can get them. Like the shared 3DS data, that's for the system files. The AES keys, I will have them for you here. I picked this up off of Reddit as well. This absolutely works, and you will need this to work. So definitely pick this up as well. Other than that, as far as I know, the rest of them is pretty much, look, if you want to get this to work, you're gonna need to buy one of these keys just so you can have the rest of the files here. So let me go ahead and show you. These are the files here that you will need. Oh, one more thing, I'm gonna have to sit up there and see if I could try to I think I have it here as a little word pad, thankfully. Yes, I do have this as a word pad. You're gonna need this as well. My apologies. You are gonna need Nimbus as well. And please download the CIA version. Do not download this. Do not download this. You will need the CIA version. Do not sit up there and download the rest of them because obviously it won't work. Hell, you might even mess something up along the way. So those are your links. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You got all your links right there. Now, that being said, you should have these 3 files. So first things first is to find your Lime3ds Citra folder in apps, data, and roaming. So let's go ahead and search there. And in my case, I already have it here. This is my folder right here with Lime3ds entirely. You will be keeping this folder up throughout most of the time of this little tutorial. Now, the next thing to do when you did that is finally you need to start moving some of these files over. So the AES keys, when you have that downloaded, you need to move it right here. The same can be said for the cert ct cert.bin folder. Move this over here. I think these are some of the shared 3ds files. So yeah, when you actually go ahead and you take those, like say this thing here, let me go and open this up. When you take this here, sys data, yep, that's what this is. You take them and you move them over and you should be fine. That's it. You won't have to worry about having to replace anything or remove anything because it'll all be right there. So that's actually one less thing to worry about. Next thing that you need to do is you need to look for your local friend code seed and your secure info files. You need to look for those. When you find those files, you can also move them over to the system data as well. So for me, I didn't have them here, but apparently it's still fine. So if you want to go ahead and not put the friend code seed and secure info there, that's fine, but still it's good to have them there so that way you'll know where everything is. You'll have them more organized than I will. Now, just in case, as a reminder, if you have legit ones, as in if you actually modded your 3ds, if you've taken the steps needed to get these files, please use those files instead. Do not use the ones from the Patreon one that I'm using here as a tutorial just to show you. And the reason being for this is obviously you won't have the fear that I will have, because for me when I open up Lime3ds, I'm gonna have to black bar the names. So for you won't have that problem. For me, I will. So yeah, with that being said, you take those files, you move them over to the system data. Now, the next thing to do when you're done with this is you open up your Lime or your Citra, whichever which works. For me personally, Lime works. I don't know why. I tried Citra and it does not work. I tried a couple of times and it didn't work. So you'll see all this stuff here, right? I'm gonna walk you through it and show you how we got to this point. Let me actually close this out. I'm gonna walk you through it and see how we got to this point. But first things first is you open up Citra, you go or Lime, whichever which, and you go to your emulation and you go to configure. My bad if I'm messing up with the mouse. You go to your system here, and then of course obviously this is where the black bars is going to be coming in. What you do is you scroll down, well, you look down. In my case, you look down and you should see something like, oh, download system files from Nintendo servers, and you should see real console unique data. We're gonna start with the real console unique data first. So remember when I told you earlier to put your secure info and local friend code seed data there in the area along with your cert T thing, whatever the fuck this is. You click on choose, and it should be there, right? Now, if for some reason it shows up as local, don't worry about it. Just click on app data, go to roaming, and then you go to Lime3ds. Like, should be right here. Go to Lime3ds, then you go to your system data, and that's where all of your stuff would be at. Once you click on it, and when you go to open and then you go to the next one, it should automatically pop up, so you won't have this issue. So make sure all of these three, that the status says that, is loaded. When that's done, then you go ahead and you go to where it says download system files from Nintendo servers. Make sure that not minimals here, make sure it's old 3ds, and then you go to whichever region it is, you go to download for your old 3ds one, and then you click on the drop down again, click on new 3ds, you click on download again, and you should be fine. Now after that, you should be good when it goes to your system area. Now I'm gonna also tell you this ahead of time before you close this. If you need to, get your system setting stuff out the way, like your username, your birthday, your language, whichever which that you use. Get it all done out the way, because when this shows up, when you get on the 3ds menu, the boot menu, it will show up like this. So you have been warned, and I don't know if it'll be changed later. So just giving you the heads up ahead of time. Now you click OK. The next step to do is you go to View, you go to Debugging, and you go to Toggle LLE Service Modules. You click on that. Now, on Lime and Citra will have this look very differently. But the ones you need to check are the following. You need to check SSL, BOSS, ACT, ACT, CECD, DLP, FRD, and then the last one should be NIM. At least for Lime. For Citra, it's a little different. So, when that's done, then you click on File, you go to Boot Home menu, and you click on the one that's associated with your region. For me, it's USA. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to open that up. We're going to wait for it a little bit. Now for me, because this was already done, for you, it'll be a little different. For you, if you never opened the boot menu before, it'll give you a menu and it'll give you something different. But when you keep on scrolling to the right, you should see something like a little box or present there. I think you go all the way down and it'll be the last one there. You open up the box and it'll have a Nimbus up here. So you see why I told you to, I don't know if hopefully I did do this, where you have Nimbus as a CIA. If you did not do that yet, just put Nimbus CIA 1.6.1. I'm gonna say this now ahead of time, in case if it wasn't done, because I have a feeling that I may have missed out on that. You take what's this right here. You take this right here. It should show up around here. Yeah, never mind. My bad. I'm so sorry. I forgot to cover this. So I will hold responsibility for this, but still, hopefully it's not that bad of a mess up. So basically what you do is you're still on your app data roaming Lime3ds. You go to SDMC. I repeat, you go to SDMC and you just take it, you copy and you paste, you move everything over here. This is just so that Nimbus will show up. Now, well, Nimbus is close to showing up, I should say, because then right after that, what you do is you go to File and you go to Install CIA, and then that's where you'll see Nimbus. Nimbus is going to show up. It'll install. It'll be at the home screen just like how it is for me. So my apologies if I forgot to cover this a couple minutes in, but hopefully with that it's fine. What you do is you open up Nimbus. You should see Homebrew. Now make sure, if you have to, double check this shit. When it asks you what account do you want to load, you obviously want to click on Pretendo. Now it should say Pretendo, but just to be sure, open up Nimbus and make sure that it's on there. If it's not on there, this will not work. This will be a waste of time. If you have to, if it still shows up like this, just close it, uninstall Nimbus, and then reinstall it. Hell, close Lime, reopen Lime, and then hopefully it would all work from there. So for me, it's already there. I'm just gonna click on it just to get it out the way. Okay, since now that's done, what you do to confirm if this works, to confirm if Pretendo's works, you go to friends list, you open up your friends list. Whoops, my bad. I actually went back to the home menu. And then after that, you click on your name. I mean, you click on, like, if you have this created, it should say, okay, this is your friend code, blah, 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 blah. You have it done. Now, if for some reason it says you're offline, like it does for me, you click on where it says register friend and go to internet. And it says you cannot use internet because you're not online. Now, let me go to cancel. For some reason, this worked. I don't know why, but this randomly worked when I found out the issue. And then all of a sudden, it just works and it's not a problem no more. So, but if it doesn't, just keep on trying and everything should work. If you have to, look, it was a pain in the ass for me to try this out multiple times just to see if it worked, and luckily for me, it just so happened to work. And then, yeah, other than that, it's all good. It's all good. Till then, everyone, let me check and see one more time if this really works. Let me go ahead and stop. Let me open up my Monster Hunter. For some reason, it didn't work there, but it did work for me whenever I needed to. It did work for me yesterday. Like, I literally just found a way to get this to work yesterday, and it just, you know, it worked. It took a lot of struggle. It took a good struggle, but I was able to get this to work, and I was like, oh, thank you, God. So, of course, this is my Monster Hunter girl right here. Let's see if we're able to connect. If not, then just try again a couple times. It might disconnect. It might reconnect. You might have some issues. You might not have some issues. You know, for me, I've had a couple issues just trying to get this thing to work. Now, for me, the way how I'll know that this will work, obviously, because it's Monster Hunter, I have to go to Gathering Hall, online status, online multiplayer. If it doesn't work, then I'll just try again, you know, after the vid. And of course, for me, it worked because it says create a gathering hall or find a gathering hall. Now, when you go to find a gathering hall, for me, because I did this with Monster Hunter in mind, as you can see, this has been created. Now, I'm going to see if I can hop in. If they'll let me hop in. If not, that's fine. But shit, I can create my own, to be honest with you. And as you can see, I am in a lobby full of hunters. Let's fucking go, man. But yeah, this will work. This is, of course, with probably guys that are playing on an actual 3DS right now, whether it's the actual hardware, whether it's not the actual, whether it's through here. Either way, this is a new way for us to finally be able to connect and have fun. And I cannot wait to, you know, do this in future streams. This shit is going to be fun. So till then, guys, hopefully this tutorial helped. My apologies if I messed up a little bit. And if it all worked out, I will see you in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Later.